Alright folks, thanks for checking in Stormtopia.com and the Stormtopia.com Facebook page. Remember, daily weather update right now. I'm looking at a major storm late week, okay? That's the title of this graphic, and it appears very prudent to make a video on what's going to occur with this nor'easter. Okay, so let's just get to what's going to occur here. Here's my forecast map at this point. Of course, it will change as we get more data in. What's going to occur is that late week, probably sometime in the Thursday or early Friday time frame, low pressure center are going to pass in the Emerald Bay of Florida and make landfall. Severe weather to the southeast of it across the state of Florida. Pushes off to the northeast, more heavy rain and severe weather in southern Georgia. Then pushes off to Georgia, South Carolina, near Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, potentially area. Pushes offshore there. And then it continues up the coast into our coverage area of the northeast. Looks like a track right now anywhere between here and here, which is way too wide, but I'm essentially just sticking with track somewhere in between, leaning towards the west. Okay, that's what I'm thinking for this low track right now. In terms of the low strength, we're looking at it between 980 millibars and 990 millibars when it passes off the coast. That would be pretty significant, 980s, okay? As the low center passes off the coast, what we're going to see here is very heavy precipitation spreading all the way almost out to the Great Lakes. Okay, so this whole area is getting precip. The key is, if you want a lot of snow, and it will be heavy wet snow, difficult to shovel, power outages type snow, there's no doubt in my mind about that. If you want snow, you're going to have to get one of two things, and neither of those things are going to be present in some of the big cities. Okay, number one, you need what we forecasters call CAD, which is CAD, or cold air damming. Cold air damming is when, in advance of the storm, you're seeing cold air seeping into the valleys, you're seeing that cold air getting dammed up. And when that cold air gets dammed up and the precip moves in, instead of you seeing the wind switching the precip around to snow, or excuse me, around to rain, you end up getting CAD, and you end up keeping it snow for a while. Now at this point, it looks like for many folks who start as rain and go over to snow, if you've got CAD to start the event, you're looking at an all-snow event with significant accumulations, perhaps 1 to 2 feet. Okay, number two, you also need the winds to be in your favor. If you're close to the coast, those winds are not going to be favoring you the correct direction of cold air transport to change you from rain to snow. So what happens here is, what I mean by that is, a low center, it takes a track like this, okay? Around it, we're looking at the wind field of significant impactful winds, something like this. Actually, no, let's make it further out. Something like this, okay. Let's get rid of that bottom arrow. And that pushes off to the northeast in this manner. So this whole area down in here, where those winds, where it's in the wind impact of this yellow stuff, which is the track of the low, that is a east and southeast wind ahead of the storm, where you change over to rain. So that's where the green, I'm looking for potentially a primarily rain event. Although central Massachusetts back towards Boston, I might actually have to change you over to snow based on the latest runs. I mean, remember guys, it's dependent on the track. If the track I'm painting right now, that goes to a solution not like this, but more like this, well, precip shield goes from here to here, and your snow would go all the way back up through here instead of all the way back up through here, which is, again, something that can just change about the storm, and something we haven't determined yet. These are just my preliminary thoughts. Okay? Also, coastal concerns, coastal ramifications, marine ramifications, however you want to word it. Large waves are potentially en route for the Long Island and the Jersey Shore. I'm not looking for a major coastal storm, since this isn't going to be like a superstorm or anything. But there could definitely be some significant coastal impacts. Or minor, it depends on the track. So yeah, that is essentially how I expect things to work out. Now here's why. Let's show you the models. Okay, so I need to make this frame way bigger for you guys. I didn't realize that I was going to take so much space up. Okay, cool. Alrighty, so let's take a look at, to start things off here, the new run of the NAM. This would be the 12Z NAM. Here is that Dudlow that goes east. Here's the new one gathering strength, and here we are by 18Z Thursday, just about to make landfall on the Emerald Coast of Florida, and here it does so, pushing off the coast of Florida about 6 hours later, so it's a quick mover. By 9 p.m. on Thursday. And how about the GFS to go farther out in time? You can see it does something weird, okay? It digs the trough in here, okay? And then what it does is it brings this low up, and it's one separate storm in here, pretty close to my expectations, just a bit further west. And then it digs a second one that's much further east than my expectations, and it brings a storm of epic proportions to pretty much everybody. So the GFS, I think, is pretty much off its rocker at this point. Okay, to be very clear and frank with you guys, I don't look at the GFS for the storm until we get within 3 days, and that's when you're seeing, oh Nick, you were right. Now all the models are agreeing. That's definitely how I expect things to work out, because you know, I mean, it's my forecast. I expect it to work out. Or things can go the other way. They have before, where you say, Nick, you were so wrong, and I'll say, yep, I was. It's that kind of a forecast. We're still solid 3 to 6 days out. It's still a while out there, so you just need to stay tuned to Stormtopia.com. This is just a preliminary forecast, so stay tuned and enjoy your day. Signing off for now, Nick Sayer.